Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'll show you how to put together the blocks for the quilt called Remaining Neutral. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, please visit our website. As you can see behind me, this is made up of a wonderful collection of kind of grays and taupe kind of prints, and you're going to have a fun time if you work with these kind of colors, because you're going to be dividing up and deciding what is a dark value, what's a medium value, and what's a light value, so that you can create that dimension and then create kind of that Irish chain effect as you step back, as you see the dark lines kind of appear through the quilt. So from 2.5-inch strips, we're going to create strip sets. So it's very simple sewing, a good beginning project, and also a good practice at deciding lights, mediums, and darks. Now, if you're not using grays and whites and taupes, and you're using a collection of bright prints, and you still want to try to figure out your values, use your camera on your phone, take a picture of the array of fabrics, and then change it to black and white. And then you can tell what is a light value, what's a medium, what's a dark. So it's good practice on deciding those things. Then, using your pattern, it'll tell you the recipe for each of the strip sets, how many lights, mediums, and darks go into each of those. So you're going to create 5 different strip sets. It helps that way mix up the different prints so you don't have 2 of the exact same fabric side by side. And you're going to be creating those strip sets, making sure that you press your seam allowances flat into one side. One of the tricks that Marianne and Liz used to always talk about in their program was that when you were joining, say for 5 in a strip set like this, is to do 2 at a time. So join 2 fabrics here, these 2, and then join the twosies together, because that way you have access to pressing that seam allowance easily when you just are having 2 pieces together, instead of trying to join all 5 and then trying to press all the seam allowances. So create a 5 strip set, and you want to go down through and create all the different ones. One of the things you might want to do is use some sticky dots as you go along so that you can remember what combination you have. In the instructions, it also will tell you for each of the different styles of strip sets, because in these there are the different combinations of darks, mediums, and lights. It will also tell you what direction to press your seam allowances, because of each one of these will have a segment cut off of it and be in a different place within the block, and that way you'll get opposing seams. And if you want to see what that means, opposing seams, as I turn this back, you can see that seam allowances go in opposite directions as we approach each intersection, so that we get perfect interlock spots when we put the block together. So create those strip sets, use a Post-it note, some kind of a system that you can keep track of which one's which. Then you're going to stack, or you can stack, 2 or 3 strip sets at a time. If you are new to working with strip sets and cutting units, you may want to just cut 1 layer at a time until you're comfortable with the cutting. And then once you've gotten kind of a comfort zone, you can stack strips up, setting them parallel like this. And you can cut down through a stack of strip sets so that you kind of speed up, because it is quilting quickly. We don't want to take too much time, but we're going to be cutting 2.5-inch subunits off our strip set. Now I'm overcutting this because I can't guarantee that that outside edge is perfectly straight, because I had them pulled apart. So I overcut it just a little bit. Then I can come in and cut a nice 2.5-inch wide, 1, 2, and a half, making sure that my strip set then is just the right width, nice and accurate. And you would go through and cut your strip sets into those units, making sure to keep them divided up according to the combination. Remember those sticky dots, keeping them organized. And then you can create from those the 5 needed to create a block where the dark value makes a diagonal across the block like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got that strong dark line going across your block. And again, those opposing seams we talked about, each of those will lock right into place as you put them together. That's kind of your backup check to make sure you have the right combination is in the right place, row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've created all of the blocks that are required for this quilt, it's all about placement of that dark diagonal across the quilt. So follow the diagrams that we've provided for you. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.